Alright guys, so I got a real treat for you here. 2024 Mustang GT in dark matter gray. Very, very dark gray. This example here is at Kitchener Ford in Kitchener, Ontario. Go see my boy Connor, he'll get you a good deal on these cars. But let's get right into the review. We'll start here with the headlights. So with the new generation Mustang, as we can see, they've shrunken the headlights from before, but they do look a little bit more bolder and a little bit more, I find, sleeker and aggressive. Now in this camera footage here, you can see it's blinking. In real life, it doesn't do that. The camera's just not picking it up. But we can also see there are no fog lights like previous generations, but they still kept the honeycomb grille. I wish that pony was black. I think it would kind of make the accents of the car a little bit more better, but you know, what can you do? We'll move here to the front so we can see a little bit more of the grille. I think, like I said, I think it looks really good. At the top, we've got a hood vent as well for a little bit more cooling. But that is it for the front, guys. Let's dive in and take a look at the 5-liter. All right, guys, so underneath this beast of a Mustang here, we've got a 5-liter naturally aspirated V8 producing 486 horsepower and 415 pound-feet of torque. Now, those numbers I gave you are on 93 octane. What I do enjoy, what they've done here, is they've kept, well, the 5-liter, but I like the dual throttle body they've added. I think it's just going to add a little bit more of a nice sound and obviously more power to it. But I really, really like when you open this up, you see that. I think that's a really, really nice thing they've done. But that is it underneath the hood, guys. Let's dive around the Mustang and go over its details. All right, guys, so we'll start here on the side. The wheel setup here, we've got a really nice Brembo brake caliper with Brembo brakes. So the tire size here is 255/40 R19, and they are staggered. So 2 different tire sizes for the car from front to back, but they are sitting on Pirelli P0 tires. Also on the side here, we've got the 5-liter badge, this being a GT. We've got body matched colored mirror caps, and also the door handle with lock and unlock just by touching it. I'll give you a side profile view. I think it looks really, really good. I think the color, like I said, stands out in the sense that it's not black. Once it's all cleaned up, it'll look really nice, but it is a very, very dark gray. Now coming over to the back wheel setup, we're sitting on the same tires, but the tire size is 275/40 R19s, but they are the same tire size, or sorry, wheel size, just different tire widths. So they are staggered in that sense. Your gas and fuel door is, well, your fuel door is on the driver's side. And I'll give you a glimpse of kind of like a nice side rear shot of it. But that is it for the side. Let's take a look at the rear. So into the back here of the Mustang GT, I do have the car on because I wanted to let you guys get a glimpse of what it sounded like at idle. Now, as we can see, the taillights do look similar from all the previous Mustangs in the past, but they do look like they've been kind of scrunched up a little bit smaller. We do have that really nice spoiler in the back. This one, unfortunately, does not have the quad exhaust, but the dual may suffice for some people. It does still have the rear light when you back up. This does also have your rear parking sensors, as you can see right above the exhaust tips. Now, one other cool thing to note is this is actually a metal piece, not a plastic from before. I'm going to lift up here so you can kind of see this is not plastic. They've added this and, you know, blended it in to make it all one piece of metal. I'm going to zoom out here so you can see the trunk storage. Decent trunk. They've always had a deep trunk, which is nice. And then also to note, this one is GT, but it does say performance there, which is a nice little touch. It does come with a rear camera. Now, since we're back here, let's get a glimpse of what this exhaust sounds like. I still think these Mustangs that do have the 5-liter always sound really nice. But that's it for the back, guys. Let's take a look inside. So before we dive into the interior, I'll kind of give you a glimpse of what it is like before you hop in. So right here, we've got this nice white stitching and perforation on the seat that carries throughout. On the door panel here, we've got this padding here, and then we've got this kind of pattern trim as well. This carries throughout on the interior, and I'll show you. Memory seating, you get your window controls here. Mustang is there on the door sill. You do have an automatic seat control that goes forward and back with lumbar, and then you have a manual latch here for your seat. Now the back seats are, I mean, they look nice, but they ain't comfortable, I'll tell you that much. Before we hop in, I'll also show you here, you've got your light controls, and then you can open up the trunk just with that button. So without any further ado, guys, let's hop in. Alright guys, so we'll start it up here. It's got a really nice sound. The V8s always have sounded really nice with Mustang. Now what I've done here before we hopped in was I was playing around with the infotainment. So we've got two screens here. I really like the fact that they've kept the Fox body look and design, which you can choose for your cluster, but we'll get into that in just a second. Starting with the steering wheel feels really nice. I find it's a little bit thicker than the previous gen, and I like the grab handles here. I think it really looks nice. Over here we've got your cruise control settings, and then this here controls your modes here. So we've got normal, we've got custom, we've got slippery, drag strip, track, and sport, and we will leave it in sport. On the right side here, this controls your screen adjustments here. So this here is your steering wheel setting. Okay, so once you click that, it'll go through your different steering modes. We've got your volume controls. You can kind of tune through the radio stations, voice control, and you've got different settings here that you can go through. I'll keep it on fuel mileage. Now that's it for the steering wheel. Like I said, that whole trim that carries on the door is also here as well, and you know, all throughout, which we'll get to. We've got your turn signals here, and then your wipers on the right. At the top here, we've got a nice soft touch dash with the B&O sound system. I do like the passenger side too. I think it's a nice little spot for them to hang out, and the screen is nice that it carries over a little bit on that side, so the passenger can't see, you know, what the heck's going on. Underneath, we've got the lower glove box area, and then now we've got the center screen here. So one cool thing that I was playing around with was this little Mustang button. We click that, and then you've got your different settings here. Right now it's got the plastic on it, so that's why you can see all the writing. But we've got my color, we've got custom mode, which you saw there was custom, and then here we've got your cluster theme. So you can go match to drive mode here if you want. So right now we're in the sport mode setting, and then once we click through here, we've got normal. So we'll go to the normal gauges here so I can show you. So I actually don't mind those. And then we got the custom, the slippery. I'll show you the slippery. Pretty sure it's the same as normal. And then I really like the drag strip and track setup. I think that one is really cool. Yeah, so that's the drag and track setup. But I like the animations that they've done here. I think it's a really cool thing that they've done here. But that is how you do that. So again, clicking the Mustang button here, well, it looks like we're already in it. So you got those settings there. We'll hit home at the top. You've got, you know, maps as well, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, that kind of thing. You got your features here. You know, you can play around with it as you wish, but the screen is really nice. It does have heated and ventilated seats, so you can choose which one you want. Dual zone climate, heated steering wheel as well, and that is it for the screen here. Down below, we've got traction control, your hazards. This here is your launch control. So right here, it'll say launch control once you click it. So it's off, and then you have it on. Max defrost, and then your volume here, so you can toggle through your volume. If we go a little bit lower, we've got USB-C, USB, and a wireless charging pad. This one does have the 6-speed manual, which is also a nice touch. Obviously, I prefer the manual transmission. We've got cup holders, and then we've always got a small little storage compartment here with the Mustang. Now I'm going to talk to you guys, move my mic cable. I'm going to talk to you about the stupidest thing about this car. So this is not a manual e-brake. This is a electronic e-brake. So right now the e-brake is on. I can push it down. So let me move this down a little bit so you guys can see. So right there, if you watch right there, what I do is I push this down and the e-brake's off. Now I lift it up and the e-brake goes on. This is an electronic e-brake. It's why would you do this? Just put a manual e-brake in here. Like this is the stupidest thing ever, right? Because once you lift it up, like you're, you know, trying to put it up, it comes back down. I don't know. I think this was stupid, but it is what it is. Just put a manual e-brake in here. That's my only complaint with this car. But overall, car looks really good. As you can see, the window sticker is kind of flopping down. Let's go take a look at it. All right, guys. So the price here is $66,745 here in Canada. So it's Canadian dollars. We've got your Mustang GT with all the options that are standard, and then these are the options that are added on. So we've got the GT Performance Pack, and then the Grabber Blue brake calipers with the logo. So that is it, guys, of this beautiful Mustang GT. I'll zoom out here so you can see. Let me know what you think about the new designed Mustang. I think they've done a really good job with the overall design. Some people might not like it, but let me know what you think about this one in the comments, and we will see you in the next one. Have a good one.